Smug Brothers with Mistaken for Stars, the local gem, brought to you by the Diamond Cellar, brought to in part by Billiards Plus. Stop replacing rusted and busted barbecue grills. Visit the new grill showroom at Billiards Plus in Dublin. Quality stainless steel and cast aluminum grills from brands like Napoleon, Primo, Louisiana, and Memphis, guaranteed to last you decades. Well, old friend, it's Adam Contras here with me. Adam, we were discussing this off the air. And I still don't believe it. You were here when?
It was just 98, 99. That's what,
yeah, that was a quarter century ago.
That was
quarter century.
How does that happen, man?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it was honest to goodness, that radio bit you did with the, I still call it CD101. Like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Because I say it by accident. That's just what happens.
You should get one of those T-shirts. We're selling them online. CD929fm.com. You think Randy's going to give you one for free?
Never!
No. So for those that there are more than a few people that weren't even born when you were here, which should make you feel nice.
You know how to welcome a man home, don't you?
Your show was truly unique to the history of this radio station and so enjoyable. So for the uninitiated, kind of take us back there and give us some context.
I basically went on at midnight and did 6 hours without music until Andy Man yelled at me and said, "You need to play more music." But still, I just did bits and parody songs, and we did crazy things for money and not money, tickets.
Tickets.
Got to
right.
be careful.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was really just do whatever you can think of, and it was crazy. It was middle of the night radio. That's what's fun.
You worked at TVN too, didn't you?
610 WTVN. Yeah, I kind of still have that AM voice, man.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
really
when did you do that?
That was 95 to 98, and then CD101 was 98 to 99.
What happened there?
At WTVN?
Yeah.
I literally was just let go. It wasn't even, I don't have a cool, like, Dirk Thompson story. I basically just was like, and see you, sir. And that was the end. I mean, there was nothing big and awesome about it. I just was fired.
You're one of my many friends who have been fired by that same company. I have so many friends that have been given their papers.
Oh, it was Clear Channel. It was. I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was there before it was Clear Channel.
No.
And I was there for the takeover.
Right.
And then I went independent. Rock local. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So your show is great, and you're so gifted. And I still feel like if you wanted to, you could do radio today, and it would be
Love it.
It would be very entertaining. But you went a completely different direction, and your life is just fascinating. What have you been doing since you moved to LA?
Sum up your life in 24 years of stuff. I went out, and I guess the easiest way to sum it all up is I started doing what ended up becoming the first and longest running video blog. In the Guinness Book of World Records, I have a plaque at home. Very, very happy about this. And yeah, it's called The Official Journey. And there are 2 movies on Amazon about the first 20 years out there. And yeah, it's a little bit of everything. From doing some stuff on CBS to songs to just too much.
I forgot about your music.
Yeah, Golf Con, the DeLorean time
You have
machine.
a mini golf course in your backyard, and you have this DeLorean that you take out for appearances.
RentTheDeLorean.com.
Right. You've driven it on the field in Dodger Stadium, and Clayton Kershaw.
Oh, do you know that story that I didn't know who he was?
Oh, I forgot.
This is so awful, man. Like,
I forgot. How could you not know?
I know,
Clayton
Mr.
Kershaw
Baseball
was?
fan. Clayton Kershaw was like sticking his head in the car and checking it out. I'm like, pretty cool, huh? And then I'm like, hey, do you know how to get out of here? Because they didn't tell me how to leave once I was there. And he looked at me and he goes, I don't know. And then he said, let me find out. And so he ran out to help me. I had no idea who the guy was.
So
he was very sweet, but I didn't know who he was. And I'm an NBA guy.
Wow.
I know, man. I know.
He's one of the greatest pitchers of the last, we're talking about 25 years, the last quarter century.
It's really bad. I'm very embarrassed. I'm probably red. We're filming this in VR180, and I'm very red. Sorry. I jumped ahead.
So you essentially you invented what people do now, and now you do it in a much more artful manner and longer form and so forth.
Right.
But now everybody's got a phone in their face, and they're on TikTok and so forth, making these videos. You pioneered all that.
I'm a bit of a grandfather. I'm one of those pioneers, though, that didn't find a way to make the money.
It's hard.
That I could have if I had been, honestly, 10 years later. That's the frustrating part. But that's all right.
So I think what you need to do is just do stupid stuff. People are cooking chicken in NyQuil.
Right.
They're trying to pet bison at Yellowstone Park and so forth.
My problem is I get bored.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Oh, you are.
I get completely bored, and that's why this new format to me is something. I'm not trying to push you to talk about this, but that's why the new format is something that I'm so excited by it that I suddenly feel 20 years younger, and I'm jumping and doing all these things. And again, that's what excites me, doing something people haven't done before, not necessarily making a whole bunch of views.
Adam Contras is here way back, almost before the internet. He worked here at CDE, 101 at that point.
God.
And, of course, we've kept in touch over the years. You drop by town from time. You still have family here, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So we see you from time to time. And this latest visit, you came up from vacation in Costa Rica with a backpack filled with equipment. What am I looking at here?
So this is the dual fisheye lens attached to a Canon R5C. Mm-hmm. And what it is able to do is film at 8K and 60 frames a second, which is extremely large and extremely fast. And that lens allows you to see it in a VR headset in 3 dimensions, as well as be able to look around while you're viewing.
This thing has to have a lot of horsepower. You're dealing, even my idiot brain, I know that these files are huge.
The files are raw for those photographers out there, so it works out to about 3 gigs a second.
Let's talk more.
Terabytes and terabytes.
You are recording.
Yeah,
we're just using up storage.
Yeah,
that
it is
you wouldn't
unbelievable. And then you have to get the files ready, prepared for to even look at them. So I was telling you that he was like, "How's all the shoots going you've been doing this week?" I'm like, I have no idea. I hope they're amazing.
It's funny to me because back when we were kids, you'd get the little camera. Your parents would buy you the camera with the cartridge.
Yeah.
And you'd take pictures on vacation or whatever, and you didn't know how they were going to turn out until Mom took them to the Photomat.
It was a magic day when you got those back.
And then you're like, oh, these pictures are all horrible.
Right.
So you're dealing, ironically, with the same problem, is that you can't go back and look at your footage. You have no idea what you have.
Right. No idea whatsoever.
Wow.
Only because I'm shooting it in RAW because I want 60 frames. I wanted it to look as good as possible at the end. So I've tested. I've been doing this for about 9 months now.
Yeah.
But like at the Clippers game that you so helpfully got me to get access to.
Thanks to Mark Galuska.
Mark Galuska, my God. It's funny. I don't think he was real sure about me when I first walked in because I look the way I look.
Well, that's his job.
Right. And then he watched that video, the VR180 Revolution, the same way you did.
Yeah,
and
the
he was,
demo you have.
He was like, oh, my God. And he grabbed his promotions guy and he threw me, and he gave me an all-access pass, and I was able to film the game that ended in a grand slam from the dugout behind the manager. I think it's going to be amazing. I have no idea.
Did any of the Clippers players take a look at your demo?
All of them just kind of were staring at me, and they just figured, well, he must know what he's doing. I'm not sure I was supposed to be in the dugout. Like, I'm thinking I was.
You were in the dugout.
Oh, I was standing in the dugout.
Some guy spitting and scratching himself.
A lot of spitting. The ball boy was quite the spitter. I was stunned. And it'll be in 3 dimensions in your headset as he spits past you.
I can attest to this. And we see these goggles on TV, the Meta one. What do they call it?
Quest.
And Apple has a new product out that's pretty pricey. But I had never worn one of these, never seen any of these videos, and that's the problem. They can't do them justice on TV. And when I put it on, I was agog at how immersive the experience is. And I told you that the most mundane thing in the video probably blew me away more than any others. You have the camera up in your attic, and you're cleaning out this old insulation, and you can see it, the dust of the God knows what's
Oh, God, I know.
You had no mask.
And I did have my mask on. I know.
So you see glinting in the light is this dust from the insulation, and it was like it was all around me, and it made me very uncomfortable.
Right. That's the presence of awkwardness or confinement or uncomfortableness and happiness, depending on what you're watching. It's just there's a feeling of... It's anxiety inducing. It's cool.
But not only that, but it's like you did Red Carpet and Christopher Lloyd was appearing.
Right.
And it was like I was standing right in front of him.
Yeah.
I don't, until you see it, I can't do it justice. Certainly not on the radio. But it's truly amazing.
To let them know, the DEOVR is a free app on every single headset. And if you just download that, I'm First Vlogger on there, and you can see all the stuff I've shot. But he's talking about one in particular that's kind of like a highlights reel. It's called the VR180 Revolution. It's what I always give people, a little 6.5-minute thing, just to get them to understand the possibilities. Because otherwise, how do you explain it? In fact, radio is just as valuable as TV when explaining it. There's no, because you still have to stop everything you're doing and then go do something, which makes it so hard to I can't text you a link.
No.
I can't put it on social media.
No.
It's really, really difficult to publicize this and get people excited about it. But it's coming.
Adam Contras is here, and we're talking about this immersive VR
Brother,
technology.
you are a professional. My God, you know when to say my name again? It's been a while. I haven't done this. I'm always impressed. Do you have a little egg timer?
That's the only thing I know how to do. Adam Contras is here. He was at this radio station when it was CD 101, and he's into all kinds of stuff. You got to watch. What do you call the Journey?
The official Journey.
And it's like thousands of hours of your life. And your life.
It's thousands of entries, let alone hours.
Thank God your life is fascinating. Because it is compelling.
That's the motivator, is that this is really boring. I had better do something that makes it interesting. How do you fill a month if you're not trying to keep doing crazy things, right?
Well, what's the goal for this? I know obviously you've invested a lot of time and money into it. You want to be on the forefront again. Where do you see this going here in the next couple of years?
I believe, my stated goal was to never drive that DeLorean again.
Are you sick of it?
Well, after we did the fastest DeLorean and we changed out the clutch and whatever, I literally have physical problems trying to drive it now. It's so difficult.
It's kind of a piece of crap.
And it blew up in the middle of the road.
There's a video of that.
Yeah. So I have fixed it, so I'm not scared it's going to blow up anymore, but I'm just done.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years almost now.
Right.
So, but for the format, Apple is the big opener, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not only giving you that headset, they're having basically a lens like this on the headset that will allow you to record your memories exactly the way I'm recording it in real time, basically.
And just like everything else, the technology is going to get better. It's going to get faster.
Exactly.
You're going to be able to deal with these colossal files in a lot easier manner.
It won't
Someday
need to be,
you're going to be able to play back what you've shot, I'm sure.
Of course. Well, that could happen next 6 months.
Right. So if I wanted to buy all this stuff and start fooling around with it, what are we looking at?
Well, if you have to be able to edit it. That's one of the bigger expenses. Probably $13,000-14,000 right now. Well, that camera alone was like $35,000.
I was going to ask
a year ago.
I was going to ask for that for my birthday.
No. Just wait, because eventually on your iPhone or whatever phone you have, you're going to have the two lenses.
Right.
It's coming.
Yeah.
And also when we all have glasses that are a little bit less cumbersome, you're just going to say record, and you're going to record your memories that way and then play them back that way. It's going to be that easy.
So the early adapters, of course, are the pornographers.
Oh, yes.
How far out in front are they from everyone else?
They're pretty close to your face, I'll be honest.
As far as adapting the technology, I don't mean the actual
It's the first
video
time
nasty.
I've ever actually watched porn simply because I had to do research to
Sure.
figure out how they were doing the
Yes.
storytelling.
Uh-huh.
Nobody believes me. But yes, they were doing this in 2015, 16, 17. So, and there's a budget to it. If you have a budget, you can light it correctly. You can move the camera in a certain way and tell a story.
In a certain way.
Hey, now. But tell a story, and that's what I've been trying to do. I love the format because it's a great way to tell an immersive story. If that Clippers video works, you get to sit in a dugout when you're down 4 in the bottom of the ninth and watch every single batter go up nervous. They were straight up. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
They were sure they weren't going to win. And then when a couple guys got on, the heat on the guy that could hit a grand slam, he stood a little different, and you could feel this tension. And then I'd never felt anything like that before.
Well, these guys are trying to make it to the show.
Yeah.
You hit a grand slam. Who hit the grand slam? Do you know?
Oh, goodness, no. Oh, I
don't
wish.
know baseball.
I don't know.
I should have been there with you.
I sure as hell don't know Clippers baseball either. I feel so bad. I can see him in my face, but I think maybe I'm 12. I'm not sure.
That's all right. Adam Contras is here, and he's on the forefront, on the cutting edge of this VR technology. And I can't wait now I want to go out and get my goggles. Whereas before I was just sort of, that's silly looking. What is that? Or then I was afraid that I would get motion sickness, which I did not. Now, you did in your demo, you did put just a clip from some sort of pornographic production, but there was no nudity.
Right, no, right.
But it made me really like, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to, I had to put it in as a highlight to explain.
Right.
Because adult entertainment is the forefront.
Oh, always.
Always of every single new technology. And when you're trying to sell this to somebody, they have to go, oh, yeah, that would work.
Who do you think bought the first Super 8 camera? Or, back 120 years ago, they had those little peep shows.
Right, of course.
Yeah, the first people were porn. Why did we have VHS instead of beta?
Why do we have DVD instead? Yeah, I know. It's the same thing.
Right.
Same thing.
Exactly. Well, keep us abreast of what you, so to speak, of what you have going on here, because it's a whole skunk works out there in L.A. I got to come out and see you. I keep telling my wife, she's never been to L.A. She goes, I don't want to go to L.A. It's just like, you got to go at least once.
L.A. is what you make it. I've said it's every place is what you make it.
Sure.
You know,
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's different. Okay, I'm going to get out there.
Okay.
Do you have a guest room?
I do.
All right. And you've still have the putt-putt golf?
Heck yeah.
All right. I got to make this happen. I want to do it during the winter when it's lousy here and it's nice there. Maybe I should come out during baseball season so I can explain baseball to you.
I understand.
There's Clayton Kershaw, Adam. There he is.
I know him now.
Yeah. So you're going to take that video to the Dodgers and hopefully get them interested, because if they don't,
my hope.
Baseball is very conservative,
Right. My hope is that I find a sports writer that is able to see it, and then he does the same thing you did, which is go, oh my God,
yeah,
and if that happens, then ESPN grabs it, and then pretty soon, eventually, I think there's going to be these static cameras all around, and you're just going to watch an NBA game from different angles, But for my monies, I'd like the storytelling aspect, right?
Sure.
That you could actually sit there and the camera moves to this guy. Or after the guy hit the grand slam, I got to follow him in the dugout as everybody's giving him a high five.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to have to go out there just to see it, though.
Right.
It's not like you could just send it to me.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. First vlogger on DOVR.
Yeah, if you want to see all this, for now you got to go to Adam's house. But soon it will be different. And ESPN's looking for a lifeline, believe me. They need the help, because they just fired like 20 of their high profile.
What is that about?
The whole business has changed so much, and now it's come to sports. It's a whole thing. Yeah. So you could save them. They're looking for it. All right, my man. Well, thank you so much for being here. We've used up 1,000 million gigabytes on your camera, so we should have you turn it off now. Does it ever overheat?
The new R5C does not overheat. Okay, the R5 did, so I'm very happy. No overheating.
All right, it's 9 o'clock at CD 92.9.
Organized labor of Central.
You hit that post, man. You hit that post. Even with the wire in the way, I was like, how is he seeing it? Where did you see the time? It was right over there. But it was right over the thing.
I don't know.
Oh, and there's a lot more of these. Please check out my other VRLOGs and subscribe and comment. It means the world to me.